In spirit of talking about Poland's military parade that just taken place on Armed Forces Day, we're going to be watching and reacting to various different videos highlighting different aspects of the parade. Without further ado, we're going to check out the Air Power by Poland. Link to the original video down in the description below. If you like the conversations and discussions here on this channel, consider subscribing. Let's get into it. Which I'm planning to hopefully visit Poland next year multiple times. That's the goal. I do want to attend one of these if it's next year as well. That's so cool. I've always thought the rifles with the bayonets on them, I always thought that's looked really cool. Obviously, it's extremely impractical when it comes to combat nowadays in the modern era, but I always thought they look really cool. It's very much in a I don't know. I like that military aesthetic. So these guys look really awesome. Dang, look at that. Ooh, look at those bad boys. So a lot of you were saying that it was really, really hot, unusually hot for that day, and that they doesn't. It seems like a lot of people do it, but it was surprisingly. Some of y'all were saying that there was less people. Was this? Was there more people in other places celebrating, maybe cooler places, or was it just hot across the board in all of Poland? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here comes the helicopters. Man, I love these bad boys. Also, some of y'all were letting me know. This is actually, if you follow my channel, I ask a lot of questions, and I always read your comments. Some of y'all were saying that. So obviously, I'm not like some military expert. I'm not a general or anything like that. So like, I'm not the best at military strategy. But some of y'all felt that y'all should have got more. Like y'all were not necessarily you were happy, but you would have kind of changed the order of things that you bought. Some of you felt like you should have bought more planes. Some of you felt like you should have bought more tanks. Some of you felt like you kind of bought more helicopters. So that I just thought that was really interesting that there were so many different point of views in regards to what military equipment that you guys wanted. I mean, obviously, it's very important that you guys buy military equipment, especially since you have the money to afford the good stuff. Yeah, not to, you know what I mean. So not to shit on countries that can't, but that's just the reality. If you have the money to buy the best equipment, might as well just get it. Right. And so that's the thing is like, what would have been the ideal makeup do you feel, right, to do? Because the thing is like I'm not counting like munitions and like drone manufacturing because it feels like at this point every country's going to be able to manufacture drones for the most part, like the smaller drones locally. Now, the bigger drones for recon and all that stuff, obviously you're gonna have to buy them from like Turkey or the US or China or Russia, whatever. But obviously not Russia, because enemy of the Polish. But you get the idea, is like I'm talking about bigger equipment, the big equipment that requires people and maintenance and more commitment to doing. Because like some of you were saying y'all needed more transport helicopters. And I was like, That's a good, like, I don't know y'all's military makeup, like, down to the T, but if that is something that y'all really need, I feel like that should, like, do you agree with that? Is that something y'all feel y'all need? Um, man, look at those. Ooh, they look so cool. Did they let y'all sit at the parade? Did they let y'all sit in the helicopters? Because I've had the opportunity to not only sit in a helicopter, but ride in one. Well, it was like an older Black Hawk, so it wasn't like a big thing. It was I went on, you know what, I'm not gonna get into the story, but I had the opportunity to do that. And it was really cool. That's one of the reasons why I went back in the, like, if you watch my last video, the video before, I don't remember. I mentioned that I wanted to be a pilot, but then I found out I was colorblind and I couldn't do it. But helicopters are so cool, just to, even if you don't fly in one, like, just sit in one. Just sitting and, like, seeing how much technology are in these things is insane. And then it kind of makes you wonder, like, at first people are like, why would you pay millions of dollars for a helicopter? But then when you actually sit in one to just experience it, you realize, holy crap, there's a lot going on here. And that's not to mention the helmets and the suits. Like, there's a lot going on in those. Oh, so cool. Look, hey, I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest right now with you guys? I was just talking about the guys with the rifles. I think they look awesome. They look freaking cool. But these guys on the horses look freaking awesome. I am a sucker for horses. Originally, this channel used to be a gaming channel specifically for Red Dead Redemption, the cowboy game. I don't know if you have ever played it. I love horses. I grew up in Texas and, more on the countryside. I might not look like a country boy, but most of my friends were country boys. And I love horses. I love them to the very end. So cavalry, is it I keep saying it wrong. I can't fucking say the word. You know what I mean? The cavalry is here, I love these guys. Are these the Apaches? Man, attack helicopters are crazy. Oh, what? No way. Y'all still fly some of these older planes? I mean, obviously not, probably not for actual combat, but that's so cool to see. Like, I mean, we have like air museums, like which, by the way, those helicopters, I couldn't tell entirely if those are Apaches because the footage is kind of old, or not old, but it's like it was footage that's live, so like sometimes it has that grainy look, so it's hard to tell. But if there's any corrections, if I get anything wrong, like, don't be offended. I'm trying to do my best. But these planes, oh my gosh! So we have a lot of plane museums in the U.S. Believe it or not, the country with air, that loves air superiority, has a lot of airplane museums. Who would have thought, right? No surprise. But the thing is, these planes are so freaking cool. And the fact that back in the day, well, depending on the country, used to be able to pump a lot of these planes out really, really fast. Whereas like nowadays, our planes, they're like, we need to pack it with so much technology as much as we can so that we can do a lot. Whereas back then, it was like, at least in American planes, was like, we need to put as little as possible in these things so that, but allow them to do the most damage and get the job done. It's so crazy. Like, and I'm not even like, again, I'm not some military expert. So this is all to me is just like super cool. I love planes. I think, one of the coolest inventions, but also tanks are, look, again, I'm not biased towards any specific type of equipment, but I think this is so cool. This is really awesome. Again, like if did they let y'all like did they have these like stations somewhere where you could like take pictures with them and like show you guys? I'm sure y'all have a museum probably. That's so cool. Which, by the way, for some of the older planes, do they use the same pilots that you have today, or do they use like completely different pilots? Oh, here comes the big boys. These are the ones that are always flying around me. Look at that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here comes the big boy. Those are some. That's a little boy. That's a big mini boy over there too. That's a big medium sized boy over there. You see him on the right side, your left, I guess. Look at that. He over there. Wow. Such a strange looking plane. I think y'all said this was Australia, right? You guys were saying this is Australia. It's such a strange plane. That's so cool getting escorted like that. Like plane escorts. Oh, here's a really big one. Look how big those wings are. That's crazy, dude.
Obserwacje 180 celów powietrznych z jednoczesnym przechwytywaniem 24 celów. Kolejna formacja dwóch lin prowadzi tankowiec powietrzny Airbus A330 MRTT. Towarzyszą mu dwa Jastrzębie z 31 fazy lotnictwa taktycznych rozpoznania. Jego najnowsza wersja masie startowej 238 ton.
Insane.
15 tysięcy kilometrów stanowi wysoce wyspecjalizowaną jednostkę tankowania w powietrzu. Wielokrotnie już udowadnił swoją użyteczność, podnosząc zdolności operacyjne lotnictwa NATO.
The FAs. Oh, gosh. Sorry, I'm sick. Getting over being sick, really. It's so cool.
Siły Zbrojne Rzeczpospolitej Polskiej
Were they practicing this route before the parade? Like, did y'all get to see them before they actually started doing the full thing?
czyli platformy rozwieszonych w produkcji animacyjnej w zakresie
Oh, nice.
I przed Państwem na niebie prezentują się samoloty
Was it windy that day
M340.
too?
Samoloty szkolno-treningowe były wykonane przez włoskie konsorcjum Leonardo IV ze szkoły lotnictwa szkolnego w Londyn. To jest drugie 16 maszynami tych samolotów, które zostały wysłużone TS-11 Iskra i służą do szkolenia lotniczego karetu szkolowego na kilku samolotów.
Mm.
Już zbliżają się dwa samoloty myśliwskie z SAR S-39 mm. W locie Polski ostrzegł sam.
All right. I don't, since we're approaching the end of the video, I don't want to make any, I don't want to put y'all against each other, but if you were to have a favorite plane that was shown or favorite piece of equipment that was shown, let me know in the comments. I'm not going to judge because I don't even think it's anything to judge, but I want to see what you guys think. Because this is there, you guys are showing quite a bit. Wow. Looking for the next ones. There we are. That's the thing about these planes. Technically, they can go really fast. Like, trying to keep the camera on them. I mean, obviously the planes are going slow, but it would just, if they wanted to take off and go fast, like you're not gonna be able to keep up with them anyway. Did you guys maybe once we get to the next video that talks about coming to some of the ground equipment that you guys had, did y'all have to redo the roads or like put down special things for the roads so that it didn't mess them up? Because in the US, we kind of do that. They do certain things to like prepare the road for actual tanks and equipment so that it doesn't mess up the road. Or at least they're supposed to, which I mean they pretty much do all the time, but they're required to.
które zdolne jest osiągać bezpieczne wychwalacza. Samolot Eurofighter są zdolne do przenoszenia 11 tonów pojemnika oraz osiągać
Dang, look at that view. Look at that. Look at all those trees. That's why I like this is what a city should look like. A lot of trees. You can have your big buildings and your skyscrapers, but you need a lot of trees.
do przenoszenia 11 tonów pojemnika oraz osiągać 4000 km zasięgu lotu, co czyni je jednymi z najbardziej zaawansowanych myśliwców na świecie.
I prezentacja sprzętu lotniczego
Regardless of where you are, like how you feel about the leadership, like it must feel really cool though to see your country in a position where it's not weak, it's a strong country. So I think it's really cool to see like all this equipment, all the Polish people coming together and celebrating this, and celebrating each other, right?
zamykało grupowanie polskich jastrzebi, czyli samolotów myśliwskich.
F-16s, baby, here we go.
Drugiego skrzydła lotnictwa taktycznego. Polscy lotnicy niestrudzeni udowadniają wysokie zdolności bojowe
Yeah, of course. See, it's so funny. It's actually kind of a stereotype. Anytime there's an F-16, you always got to show the cockpit view because of how cool it is. But I didn't expect to see this, but it's actually kind of funny. It's actually kind of,
Podczas realizacji zadania następcy
but it's so cool. Wow.
Sił Zbrojnych przeznaczonego do obrony morskiej granicy państwa, ochrony żeglugi i interesów w polskich obszarach morskich oraz
Oh, that's so cool. What a cool view.
wspiera również Straż Graniczną w ochronie morskiej granicy państwowej i polskiej strefy ekonomicznej.
Have you guys, I mean, you probably don't really need big ass boats like warships, right? But when's the last time y'all upgraded y'all's? That's because I mean, surprisingly, the U.S. only recently we started upgrading some of ours. Because I mean, we've had some of the top of the line stuff for a long time, but other countries like China specifically are starting to catch up. So we're now only starting to actually apply all the technology that we developed into the boats. So, um, which is, I think is kind of ridiculous. I wish we would have done it, would been more proactive with it. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I thought this was really cool. And by the way, thanks for to inform me about the fact that I called the thing in the behind where the planes were flying a lake. It was a river. So, yeah, this is why I watch these videos and I react to them and have conversation with you guys because it helps me learn about this country and I think it's a very beautiful place. Anyway, love you guys. Check you on the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you actually by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.